What if everything you believe about reality is an illusion? What if your thoughts, your memories, even this very moment aren't what they seem? For centuries, philosophers, mystics, and scientists have wrestled with the enigma of consciousness and the nature of existence itself. Is the world out there really real, or are we dreaming it into being? In this video, we'll unravel the most fascinating, unsettling, and mind-bending theories about consciousness and reality. Ideas that might just change the way you see yourself and the universe forever. Have you ever stopped to wonder what is consciousness? That invisible yet undeniable sense of being aware of thoughts, emotions, sensations. And what about reality itself? How do we know what's truly real, and what might be an illusion created by our minds? For centuries, philosophers, scientists, and mystics have wrestled with these questions. Some call it the final frontier of human understanding, a mystery we may never fully solve. But in chasing these answers, we learn something profound about ourselves. In this video, we'll explore some of the most intriguing theories about consciousness and the true nature of reality, from ancient wisdom to modern science. And by the end, you might just see your world a little differently. Let's start simple, or at least try to. Consciousness is often described as our awareness of internal and external experiences. The fact that you're aware of this video playing, aware of your thoughts about it, and aware of yourself having those thoughts. That's consciousness. But while it's something so immediate, so intimate, philosophers have struggled to explain where it comes from. René Descartes famously declared, "I think, therefore I am," suggesting that consciousness is the one undeniable proof of existence. Yet, what actually causes it? Is it merely a byproduct of our physical brain, or something far deeper beyond biology? This is where theories begin to diverge. The most dominant theory in modern science is materialism. Materialists argue that consciousness is a product of the physical brain. When neurons fire in complex patterns, consciousness emerges, like heat from a flame. According to this view, your thoughts, emotions, and sense of self are the result of chemical and electrical processes. Nothing mystical, nothing spiritual, just matter in motion. And while this explanation is clean, it raises a problem known as the hard problem of consciousness, a term coined by philosopher David Chalmers. It asks, why does all this neural activity produce a subjective experience? Why does a brain not simply process information like a computer without an inner life? So far, materialism hasn't offered a satisfying answer. On the other side is dualism, the belief that mind and matter are fundamentally different substances. In this view, consciousness exists outside the physical world, perhaps as a soul, a spirit, or a non-material entity. The body and brain are tools it uses, but consciousness itself transcends them. This was Descartes' position, and it remains popular in spiritual and religious traditions. It offers a comforting idea that we are more than flesh and bone, and that our awareness might survive beyond death. But dualism also faces its own challenge. How can something immaterial interact with the material world? If your mind can move your body, how does a non-physical thing affect physical matter? It's a puzzle philosophers haven't fully untangled. And then there's idealism, perhaps the most mind-bending theory of all. Idealists argue that consciousness isn't inside the world is inside consciousness. According to thinkers like George Berkeley, physical objects don't exist independently. They exist because they're perceived by a conscious mind. No observer, no reality. This might sound bizarre, but it aligns with some interpretations of quantum physics, where the act of observation seems to affect the outcome of experiments. Could reality itself be shaped or even created by awareness? Idealism challenges us to question whether the external world exists as we imagine it, or if it's a projection of our inner state. A newer, intriguing idea gaining attention today is panpsychism. This theory suggests that consciousness is a fundamental feature of the universe, like gravity or time, not just limited to humans or animals, but present in everything, from stars and trees to stones and atoms. In this view, your consciousness is a highly complex form of something that exists in all matter. Even the smallest particles might possess a faint, primitive kind of awareness. It's a perspective that blurs the line between mind and matter and hints at a more interconnected, conscious universe. And of course, there's simulation theory, popularized by thinkers like Nick Bostrom and even Elon Musk. This theory proposes that our reality is a sophisticated simulation created by an advanced intelligence. In a universe where computational power grows exponentially, it's argued that future civilizations might run simulations indistinguishable from their own reality. If that's possible, how do we know we're not inside one right now? It might explain the uncanny mathematical precision of the universe and the strange behavior of subatomic particles. But it also raises deep existential questions. Who built it? Why? And what happens if they turn it off? At this point, you might be wondering, does it really matter which theory is right? After all, we still wake up, eat, work, and dream. But exploring consciousness and reality isn't just intellectual curiosity. It's about understanding our place in the cosmos and what it means to be truly alive. Each theory forces us to confront assumptions about who we are, what's important, and whether there's something greater connecting everything. It invites us to reflect on the nature of self, free will, morality, and even life after death. And perhaps in asking these unanswerable questions, we become a little wiser, a little more conscious of consciousness itself. So, what is consciousness? Is it a spark of spirit, a byproduct of matter, or the very fabric of reality? The truth is, no one knows for sure, and maybe we never will. But in chasing these mysteries, we glimpse the profound strangeness of existence. We realize that beneath the ordinary surface of daily life lies something astonishing, an unsolved riddle that's been with us since the first human looked up at the stars. And perhaps that search for understanding is what makes us truly conscious. If this video gave you something to think about, drop a comment below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more explorations into philosophy, psychology, and the deep questions no one else dares to ask. Until next time, stay curious.